YouTube. It's your boy, Big Boy Johnny 25, representing Team Big Boy Johnny. Today I'm going to read you guys my WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view of 2018. So you guys are new, hit that red button, turn on notification button. Let's get started. It says the WWE's big party of the SummerSlam has arrived. The 2018 edition of WWE SummerSlam is jam-packed with 13 matches set to take place Sunday night over nearly 6 hours live from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. WWE has been quite a home itself in Brooklyn. Over the last few years, SummerSlam always features one of the company best crowds of the year. We may see Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns feud finally resolve itself in the main event, and Ronda Rousey will be in her second title match since joining the WWE, looking to capture her first championship. The longest away clash between Daniel Bryan and The Miz will also be heavily featured on the show, and the return of Dean Ambrose could play a major role in the Intercontinental title match. Okay, it says Adriana Cianamis and Zelina Vega defeated Rusev and Lana by pinfall kickoff show. It says half-empty crowd still finding its way into the Barclays Center, and mixed tag team match felt like nothing more than house fillers. Verdicts. That's unfortunately considered personalities in play, and the fact that Rusev has gone from the WWE Championship match to the circuit jerker of the kickoff show in a span of a single pay-per-view, or that almost may have co-authored the best match in NXT history in January against Johnny Gargano. That match wasn't much to speak of, with the finishing coming after Almas distraction, and Lana was slapped in the face for doing so. Vega instantly rolled her up for behind and to steal the pin, while their hug was draped on the ropes. So this is a C. I give this match a C minus. The Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander defeated Drew Garlic pinfall to retain the title kick show. It says here, it took a while for this slow fiscals to start evolving the traditional 205 Live style match. One did it. Alexander shined bright, including a perfect top come hole into the floor. The finish came following wild sequence that began with Garlic intercepting and Alexander's springboard backflip by catching him into a ankle lock. Alexander then reversed it into a roll-up pin attempt for 2. Alexander hit the standing Spanish fly out of nowhere for another 2 count. Garlic then rolled him up for a 2 out of his own until Alexander countered with one final roll up for the 1-2-3. So this match was like a C+. Okay, it says here, Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team defeated the Arrival in a pinfall to retain the title's kickoff show, which don't make sense. The right place, the right time booking continues for the unlikely tag champs as Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel score another victory from the jaws of defeat. The Revival were dominated through and used a distraction in the opening second to hit a shatter machine as the referee had his back turned. The referee was distracted once again late in the match, and Scott Dawson rolled up Axel. Dash Wilder then eventually pushed Dallas into the pin attempt, rolling Axel on the top for the 1-2-3. So this grade was a C. So I give this tag team match a C. You know what I'm saying? That's just my own thoughts, my opinion. But continue. The Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins defeated Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to read you guys full proof of this Intercontinental Championship match. So here we go. The only shame in this match was that it took it so long to heat up. But once the lighter rest holds and generous tease of Drew McIntyre interfering were finally over. Rollins and Ziggler were given the space to have the kind of the spectacular match fans expected when the feud was first announced, and they exact opposite of what was given in their overlooked Extreme Rules. Not only were the final moments of this match absolute electric and the perfect opener into a low show. The fans received the early reason to pop that they were hoping for Rollins victory. It says Rollins delivered an incredible sequence midway through the match that brought the crowd to its feet when he followed Ziggler to the top rope and hit the insane reversal superplex before rolling through for a sidewalk slam, but somehow only get a 2 count. McIntyre took out Dean Ambrose outside the ring, which is caused through the distraction before Ziggler hit Rollins with a zigzag, but only earned a 2. With Rollins bleeding from his forehead to finish came after Ambrose rallied to hit a dirty deeds on Drew McIntyre, giving Rollins the chance to land a super kick and a curb stomp to pin Dolph Ziggler. So, Seth Rollins is your new Intercontinental Champion. So, that's just my thoughts. In my opinion, one of the best match ever. That match was like a 5-star match. I don't care what nobody say. That match was like the 5-star match. So let's move on to this to Elias Bourne segment, which is I don't really care about. I'm gonna read you guys the article anyway. It says, look, pay attention, you're gonna learn something. Elias takes center stage, which is I don't really care. But anyway, after cutting his topical promo, Elias attempts to play his guitar only to see his neck to snap off and his hand when he began to strum it. He responded by the Furious kicking over his chair and chucking his guitar into darkness. The Miz reunites with the Miz Taraj. As the Miz walked backstage, he stumbled into the B teams holding their Raw Tag Team titles. He puts over taking down Daniel Bryan later in the show and suggests that the Dallas and Axel consider getting his bag and joining the after party for old time's sakes. They declined and made a couple jokes and departed doing their new chant. The new chant sucks anyway, so for the B team. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. The WWE built nice intensely for this match. A few 5 minutes promo recapping the 8-year feud between these two. Earlier in the bout, Miz was in the middle of using Daniel Bryan's moves when Bryan caught him by the throat and hit him with a bravery of yes kicks. The Miz mocked Daniel Bryan with some yes chants and he locked in the surfboard, but Bryan quickly escapes and showed the Miz how it's done by repeating the moves. Miz was eventually able to hang Bryan on the top rope and the clothesline clothesline him off. It is retake control of continue his trash talking. Running drop kicks by Daniel Bryan followed, and he took Miz out further by jumping from the apron to clothesline him on the outside and then hitting a belly to back suplex from the top rope. Bryan and the Miz exchanged furies of yes kicks, but Bryan's no soul Miz attempts to prepare to take him out for good, and they then traded attempts submission moves until the Miz threw Bryan into the ring post, which is via slingshot in the skull crushing finale, but could only manage to a 2 count. Okay, Okay, with Maurice, it says with Maurice looking on from ringside, Miz mocked Bryan with the yes chant. As Bryan hits more yes kicks on the Miz outside the ring into the ring post. Miz dodged and then Bryan kicked the post directly. Miz captured by jumping back into the ring and locking the figure four leg lock on Bryan, who eventually reversed it. Bryan beats the Miz somehow in the lock in the yes lock, but the Miz eventually reached for the bottom rope as flying knees from Bryan and sent him into the ring barrier. When he drapes his arm over the ledge, only to be handed brass knuckles by Maurice. So Maurice handed the Miz a brass knuckles. As Bryan continued to attack, the Miz caught him on the attempt drive to the brass knuckles, knocking Bryan out of conventionally him for the 1-2-3. There was no way this feud was going to end clean at SummerSlam. So the finish is acceptable. Considered the Miz getting a clean win over Bryan could not made have made much sense. So this grade was like a B. Okay, it was like a B. So it says Finn Balor defeated Baron Corbin. So Finn Balor defeated Baron Corbin, and that's all I got to say about that. It says Balor shot the crowd, appearing in his demon paint with a Rolling Stone like tongue on his chest. WWE attempt to the predictions value with any arena full of smoke and swirling graphic of red and white smoke above the ring from the TV audience. The announcers also put over Balor's huge. Balor's demon from the start with running drop kicks and sling blades both in and out of the ring. He hit a double stomp on the back of Corbin's head and the crowd chanted, "This is awesome," and dropped him with a cup of the grace of the super fast 1-2-3 and squash win. While you can make the arguments that the demon was unnecessary for a non-title match against the Constable, there was no doubt in how dominant Balor looked, how he booked the match was despite its short run time. So this grade of the effort and the look and then the booking non-title match itself was a B. Okay, Daniel Bryan's backstage while putting on his head. Bryan was upset in the trainer's arena. Brie Bella visit to console him, but Daniel Bryan was unconsiderable, angry the way he lost to the Miz and fuming that his entire comeback has been worthless because of his loss the match. After his ice and turning red, Bryan listened to Brie building him back up, saying that since was able to fight for his comeback so he can join his easily get over on the Miz near future. Okay, it says United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy to retain his champion. That's all I gotta say. It says, let's move on. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Okay. Ronda Rousey defeated Alexa Bliss. That's all I gotta say. So that was a quick match. And all of a sudden it says the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I just my thoughts, my opinion. I didn't really care about this match either. I just want somebody to win. So it says Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? At SummerSlam, which is I didn't really care about. So I get this grade at C. So yeah, if you guys enjoy my if you guys enjoy my WWE 2018 pay-per-view, if you guys enjoy my SummerSlam 2018 pay-per-view, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think, and I want 20 likes on this video. This your boy People Giant 25. See you guys later.